Here's something that might surprise you. In an era where traditional beauty pageants face criticism worldwide, one competition continues to serve as a powerful force for cultural preservation and community leadership. And this past Saturday evening, that mission found its newest champion. At the bustling Navajo Nation Fairgrounds in Window Rock, 25-year-old Camille Uentillie from Kinlichee, Arizona, stepped into the spotlight as the newly crowned 2025-26 Miss Navajo Nation. But here's where it gets interesting. This isn't just about a crown and a sash. For Uentillie, this victory represents something far more profound. A platform to tackle one of the most pressing challenges facing Indigenous communities today. What inspired me to run was my community, the youth, Uentillie explained, her voice carrying the weight of genuine concern. I really looked into the future, where our youth was heading. I was worried a lot about where our youth was heading. When she looks at her nephews and the younger generation around her, she sees both potential and peril, a generation caught between traditional ways and modern pressures. Uentillie brings deep cultural roots to her new role. She proudly identifies as Tsnajini, born for Tsashchi, with maternal grandfather from Tahani and paternal grandfather from Tahdikoji. Her parents, Charlene and Larson Uentillie, watched with evident pride as their daughter accepted the prestigious silver crown during the 73rd annual Miss Navajo Nation pageant coronation ceremony. But here's the part most people miss about this competition. It's not your typical beauty pageant. The Miss Navajo Nation title demands fluency in the Navajo language, deep cultural knowledge, and genuine commitment to community service. And this is where things get controversial. While some critics argue that beauty pageants are outdated relics that objectify women, others maintain that the Miss Navajo Nation pageant serves as a crucial vehicle for cultural preservation and female leadership in Indigenous communities. This win means a lot. It means a lot of my family's teachings are going to be told, Uentillie shared moments after her coronation. The title entitles the Navajo language and the culture behind it. I'm very excited to meet everyone and continue the work that recent Miss Navajos have been putting out there. Her words hint at a responsibility that extends far beyond ceremonial appearances. What makes Uentillie's victory even more meaningful is her connection to history. She becomes only the second woman from Kinlichee to claim this honor, following in the footsteps of Karen Lupe, who held the title in 1994 to 95. The two women connected at a chapter meeting, where Lupa offered wisdom that reveals the challenging reality behind the crown. She said, "Tough skin. Have a thick layer of skin and you'll learn a lot. And be open to listening and being there for your community. And always know that your family will have your back," Uentillie recalled. This advice suggests that being Miss Navajo Nation involves navigating criticism, politics, and the complex expectations of representing an entire nation. So what's Uentillie's game plan for the year ahead? Her strategy focuses on immediate, tangible action rather than lofty promises. For the next year, we will immediately start working with the community projects, she declared. I really want to focus on our youth and how to engage with them, whether through sports or even chapter meetings. She's particularly passionate about bringing educational programs directly to individual chapters, meeting people where they are rather than expecting them to come to her. Language preservation sits at the heart of her mission. That's really where I want to focus, and from there on, let's encourage the language, she explained. Let's get them started and say, hey, I'm excited, I learned a new word. This approach recognizes that language learning should feel like celebration, not obligation, a perspective that challenges traditional educational methods. The pageant week itself revealed something remarkable about the character of these young women. Uentillie spoke glowingly about her fellow contestants Tanisha Francis, Ariona Tapahe, and Cora Hubbard, who also hails from Kinlichee. My sisters, oh my God, I'm so proud of them, she gushed. They taught me a lot this past week. We had some important conversations, a lot of vulnerability here through pageant week. And this is the part that challenges stereotypes about competitive pageants. Instead of cattiness and rivalry, these women formed genuine bonds and supported each other's growth. Uentillie emphasized, "I'm gonna do my best to represent them as well, and everybody who's looking up to me." The competition results tell their own story of excellence across multiple categories. Tanisha Francis claimed Best Butcher and Miss Congeniality awards, along with Best Traditional Skill and Talent, ultimately earning second runner-up. Ariana Tapahed demonstrated versatility by winning Best Traditional Food, Best Essay, and Best Contemporary Skill and Talent, securing first runner-up. Cora Hubbard, Uentillie's fellow Kinlichee resident, earned third runner-up honors. These diverse award categories highlight something crucial. The Miss Navajo Nation pageant evaluates contestants on practical skills, intellectual abilities, and cultural knowledge, not just appearance. Contestants must demonstrate proficiency in traditional food preparation, butchering techniques, essay writing, and both contemporary and traditional talents. As Uentillie assumes her new responsibilities, she faces a year filled with opportunities and challenges. "I am on the clock as of right now, and I'm very excited," she declared, acknowledging that her reign begins immediately with real expectations and measurable outcomes. But here's the question that deserves serious consideration. In our rapidly changing world, can traditional institutions like the Miss Navajo Nation pageant truly bridge the gap between ancestral wisdom and contemporary relevance? Are beauty pageants, even culturally focused ones, still effective tools for community leadership and cultural preservation? Or do they perpetuate outdated notions of how women should serve their communities? Uentillie's approach suggests she believes in working within existing systems to create meaningful change. Her focus on youth engagement, language preservation, and community projects indicates a practical rather than revolutionary mindset. Whether this strategy will successfully address the deep-rooted challenges facing Navajo youth remains to be seen. What do you think? Can traditional pageants like Miss Navajo Nation continue to serve as meaningful platforms for cultural preservation and community leadership in the 21st century? Or is it time for Indigenous communities to develop entirely new models for identifying and supporting young female leaders? Share your thoughts. This conversation about tradition, leadership, and cultural preservation affects Indigenous communities worldwide.